How we are doing, Cayman here, and we're back on the TCGO today. It's my first video in a while. Today we've got the first ever deck build on my channel, hopefully the first of many. So basically today's deck is based around the Galarian Rapidash V with its Attack, Libra Horn and Psychic. And this deck is basically built to snook your opponent, stopping them from attacking, attaching energies, and doing anything, or it'll lead to them losing a Pokemon. So for 2 energy cards, you can put damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon until they have 100 HP left over. So it's very good against the tag team cards, GX, V and VMAX cards. Well, anything over 100 HP really, but it's better against your higher HP. The higher the HP, the better pretty much. So we have 2 of them in the deck. A third one won't come in handy, but I've only got 2 in here. So if you do go in to put a third one in, I'd probably replace it with the Ditto. The third one would come in handy in case you prized one, or the one gets, well, if you prize one gets knocked out, you end up prizing 2. But apart from that, if you don't prize them, they are really easy to get out, as you've got cards in here like the Capture Energies and Quick Balls. We've got 2 of them as well. Even Cramorant's first attack, Beat Catch, which allows you to get 2 cards from your deck and put them in straight into your hand. That attack is relied upon a lot in this deck, hence why I've got 3 Cramorants. So whilst looking at this Rapidash card, the first card which came to mind, which I thought would work wonders side by side with it, is the Arctozolt with the ability by Team Whirlpool. So whenever your opponent attaches an energy card on, you put 2 damage counters on that one Pokemon. So imagine you've got your Arctozolts, you've got 4 Arctozolts on your bench, you've got the Rapidash, you've used Libra Horn, they're down to 100 HP. They then attach an energy card onto their Pokemon. Your 4 Arctozolts then mean they take 80 damage, leaving them with 20 HP left, meaning they can't attach any more energy cards because if they do it again, they're getting knocked out. So you're snookering them that way, meaning they can't attach energies. They then will probably switch out or heal up, but then you should be set up to use Rapidash's second attack, which will then knock them out, which does 30 damage for each energies attached to your opponent's active Pokemon, plus the 60. There are other cards in here which could help you finish Pokemon off, so if they've got 20 HP left, there's a Zigzagoon with its ability, so every time you play that from your hand to your bench, you do 10 damage. I don't have Scoop Up Nets in here, but that could come in handy, because then you could use your Zigzagoon, Scoop Up Net, put it back down, and you're doing your 20 damage. I have 3 Koga's traps in here, which then make your opponent's active Pokemon confused and poisoned, doing 10 damage at the end of every round. If they try and attack the flip a coin, if the coin is tails, they take 30 damage. So that's another way of finishing them off. If you find your opponent has enough energies already attached to their Pokemon and is left between 20 and 40 HP, the 4 horror energy cards in here work wonders. So I attach them onto the Rapidash. So if they attack you, they again then take 20 damage each energy attached, well, each horror energy attached. So if you've got 2 on there, they're taking 40 damage, which again will knock them out. Snookering them that way, meaning they can't attack you, which will then force them to use a Lysander or Boss's Orders in order to knock something out. Well, that's where our Air Balloons come in play. So there's 2 of them in the switches, which will allow us to switch back out to attack. Like I said earlier on, there is other Pokemon in here like the Ditto V, which has come in clutch twice for me. I don't really use it. But, for example, in my decks, I've got 2 Rapidash. If one's been prized and the other one gets knocked out, I then use the Ditto V transformation ability, which will then allow me to change Ditto into the Rapidash in my discard pile. There is also a Giratina with the ability Dimension Breach, which allows you to discard a special energy card from your opponent's active Pokemon. So again, you discard that. It's very similar to the Crushing Hammers, but it's a guaranteed discard on a special energy. So it means, again, they have to then put another energy card on, taking more damage. So that's the basic idea of the deck and how it should play out. But I'll do a quick run through of the ideal hand, which you want at the opening. But there is 2 games which you'll see after this. One with a good hand, one with a bad hand. And it shows how quick you can turn the games around with this deck. So ideally you want to go second with this deck. In your opening hand you want a Capture Energy, a Cramorant and a Cara Liss, with 1 or 2 rare fossils if you can. 1's plenty. And then if you have some Arctozolts, it's a bonus, and it'll speed up your setup. So I have 3 Cramorants in this deck, basically just for the Beat Catch first attack. You want to attach the Capture Energy onto this Cramorant, which then allows you to get a Rapidash out onto your bench. Or if you already have a Rapidash on your bench or in your hand, you can then use this to get the Crobat out, allowing you to draw more cards, because you'll find in the first few turns with this deck, your hand will be quite short, because each card seems to bounce off each other and goes really well. And on the opening hand, you either want the Crobat or the Rapidash V. Other cards like Marnie's and Janine's are in here, which will allow you to keep your hand topped up. So if you've prized the Crobat, it's not the end of the world. There is other cards in here which will allow you to gain, or which will allow you to draw more cards to keep your hand topped up, like I said. You then want to play the Cara Liss, allowing you to get 2 rare fossils onto your bench, and then play any of the rare fossils in your hand as well. Ideally, the minimum you want is 3. You can win games with 2, but the more the better. And then you want to end your turn using the Beat Catch attack on Cramorant, which allows you to get 2 cards out of your hand. So depending on your hand and your bench, you can either go for the 2 Arctozolts, which then means next round you can evolve your rare fossils from the Cara Liss into the Arctozolts, and then they'll take damage for every energy they attach. But you might already have one in your hand, or you might have some Evolution Incense, so you might want to go for 1 Arctozolt and a Horror Energy, so you can attach that to your Rapidash. You might want to go for a Marnie if your hand's short. But again, you'll see how it plays out in the first game especially, and that is the ideal hand you want. So you're looking basically to have some Arctozolts out, so again 2 or 3, and a fully energized Rapidash by round 3. But at this point, your opponent probably has some energies attached to their Pokemon, and that's where, like I said, the Crushing Hammers come in, so there's 4 of them, or the Giratina, which you can play. So overall, this deck just stops your opponent from doing anything, really. If they're playing energy, they're going to get knocked out. If they attack you, they're going to get knocked out from the horror energies you've got on. They can switch out, they can heal up, but again, then you can attack. It might be a good thing to have your at least 1 Cramorant powered up for its spit shot ability. So say everything's gone to plan and you're down to 2 or 3 prize cards left, and they've got a tag team Pokemon which is down, well, below 160 HP, that's what it has to be, and you've got your Cramorant powered up. You can then switch out, put your Cramorant in your active spot, use split shot, which then allow you to do 160 damage to any Pokemon you like, so you can attack them on the bench. So again, there's the switch cards, there's 2 of them in here, or there's the 2 Air Balloons which allow you to do this. If you haven't got them in your hand, there is cards in here again, like I said, which will allow you to get them out very quickly. And then you can use the attack, which will then attack their bench Pokemon, knock them out, winning the game. You may be forced to power up a Cramorant early on and use Spit Shot early on, which means then you discard the energy cards attached to Cramorant before you're gone, so that's where your Ordinary Rods come in. So not only do they allow you to retrieve 2 basic energies from the discard pile, you can also retrieve 2 Pokemon. So again, that's another way of getting your Rapidash back out if they have been discarded. Or at the end game, you might have no energies left at all, so Brock's Grit comes in, which allows you to shuffle 6 in any combination of Pokemon and basic energies from a discard pile into your deck. And that is about it for the deck. So there'll be a deck list below in the description if you want to build this deck. If you go on to use it, leave it in the comments below on a scale of 1 to 10 how you found it, where you'd improve things, where you'd change it, if it struggled for you in any way, or if it's just a great deck, just let me know. But yeah, the 2 games are coming up now, so I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you next time. Right. Let's see who we're against. Always like to go second with this deck. Hopefully we can start with a Cramorant, which we do, and a Cara Liss. We also have Rare Fossil, so it's a decent hand to open. To open the game with, we just need an energy, but we've got the Energy Spinner, so we can get 3 energies here anyway. So we can actually get off probably all the Rare Fossils and a few Arctozolts from the start. I haven't got it selected on standard, so a lot of these decks will be unlimited. There'll be mixtures of cards from different sets which you can and can't use, but we'll see how it is anyway. Might as well take 3 of them. Energy on there. Cara Liss, we have a Marnie for next round if needed. We have a quick wall, so we can get rid of the Ordinary Rod, and I think we'll get a Rapidash out. We have all 4 Arctozolts, which is great. So next round we can have 2 of them out. They've already got energy on, so they can use the attack with Thump. Searching for 2 basic Pokemon. So the idea is here is to have a Rapidash set up quickly. Well, we need the 4. We need as many Arctozolts out as we can. 3's plenty enough. I'm going to use Librahorn to take the bench Pokemon down to 100 HP. So then every time they stick an energy card on, they take 20 damage from the Arctozolts each. So that would then leave them on. So we take them down to 100, 20, 40, 60, leave them with 40 left. We could then finish them off next turn with a Rapidash. Or there's the Koga's Trap, which can do damage. Or there was some Zigzagoons in this deck, but I took them out earlier on. Yeah, it's not a good start though. So yeah, when I built this deck, I did use the double colourless energies, and this deck worked fantastically, but it wasn't in the standard format. So I've changed a few things around to try and get it in standard. It still works okay. It's not as efficient, I wouldn't say, but it is still pretty fun to use. See, I can actually get another one out here. Next round I can use the Evolution Incense to get another Arctozolt out. So I don't need to get any of them. The best things to do here would probably be a Air Balloon and a Horror Energy. So we'll Air Balloon the Cramorant so we can then switch out to the Rapidash, who will have 2 of its Psychic Energies on, which can do its actual attack. For later, we don't need to do that yet anyway, so the plan would be to last use Librahorn on the Mew 3, take it down to 170, and then attack from there on. So really you want to take him down to 100 HP before you have your Arctozolts out, because look now we're only going to do less damage, whereas if we did that before, they use the energy, they're taking more damage, which means they are quicker to get the knockout. It's what it is though. It's the 4th Arctozolt. Do I switch out yet? That's what I'm thinking. Or do we play it? What else could we do here? Could get some Crushing Hammers, we could switch out. I think switching out is probably the better thing to do. What? No, it's alright. Yeah, I'm doing something. So we've got Mew down to 100 HP. Post-it LAD's problem with this deck. Heal 60. Again though, if they stick energy on, that'll come back. Which is annoying, because we could have potentially knocked them out. But it is what it is. I have noticed as well, Pikarom causes a lot of problems here with this deck. So we've got a Capture Energy we don't really need. Don't really need any of these. I mean, the Capture Energy could come in handy later on. We don't need it as such yet. But we'll keep taking them down to 100 HP. Just so then if they attach any energies, we're doing 80 damage here, which leaves them with 20 HP. Koga's Trapper then would kill, if they don't have another heal. Which they probably do. We use that here now. Start doing damage to his Phantom. And we could actually kill. But we'll not do that yet. We'll take his Mimikyu down to 100, and then we'll go for the attack next round. Yeah, so they're on 40 HP, they'll be on 30 after their turn. We'll see what happens. So far it's been good though. Great opening hand, we got the Arctozolts out, all 4 of them very quickly. Rapidash came out. See, the double colourless energies are ridiculous on this. It's my own fault for not setting it to standard. Just now he's got 4 energies. Okay, so he's done something here. See, I could have probably... I can use Crushing Hammer like it tells. Yeah, I should have probably last round. I should have probably put energy on Cramorant. Put one on this round. retreated Rapidash attacked with a spit shot to kill the Mew. That would have worked. So he's got 4 energies on. Still needs a psychic for to use any of them moves apart from the GX move. I think at the minute we are okay. But just in case. So again, I should have put a capture energy on there and then use a support card, but it doesn't matter as such. We'll go for the kill here. I should imagine he brings the tag team Mew and Mewtwo out. Psychic energy could be game over for us, but then we kill with Cramorant. No, he's attached the energy card and died, and he's gave up. Well, that worked pretty perfectly. Shame we didn't finish the game off and take all 6 prize cards, but that was going to be the outcome either way, so that's why he scooped. So yeah, that is a perfect example of how this deck can work. Well, starting game number 2, it's not the greatest of hands. We do have a Ditto, we've got the Rare Fossil, and we've got Cara Liss, which all will come in handy. I didn't see if we're going first or second this time, but we're going to see if we can turn this around. Last game you saw me with a great opening hand. This game is going to be with a not so good hand. Just shutting my window there. So yeah, hopefully we can turn it around and get the win. It's not going to be as easy as last time. Saying that, we just got the Rapidash out, so we can quickly stick energy on there. There's one Rare Fossil. Can't use Cara's list because we have gone first. It's not as bad as what it could have been because we've got the Rare Fossil. Next round, although we could do with him, well, I'd say we could do with a Marnie, but we won't get anything. So a Crobat I think could be better for us next round. Luckily for us, they've only got a Zigzagoon on the 70 HP. They're going for an attack by the looks of it. Flip 4 coins. Okay, so we can do 40 damage here. There you go, he's getting a bench Pokemon. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. And I can say he's probably going to get heads with every single coin flip here. You'll find with me, okay, we got the Marnie I asked for, so that's not too bad. So we're not going to use it yet. Next round we will use it. So what you're probably going to see me here is using this deck without the Cramorant. There is 4 in the deck, so the chances of you getting one is pretty high. But you can still win if you have one or not. It just takes a bit longer to get stuff out. Like if we have the Cramorant now, we'd be able to get two Arctozolts out ready for next round. But because we don't, we're going to have to Marnie and hope for the best. Zigzagoon is probably going to take a hit here, giving them their first prize card. But it's not over yet. Not quite sure what deck he's using. He's attaching energy cards, getting set up before we're even set up, which is not an ideal situation. We could do with a few scoop up nets. Okay, yeah, this is going to stop our Arctozolts then. Pokemon have no abilities, which is annoying. We've got a Cramorant here, which I will actually play down. Probably should have used the switch first to switch out so we can attack this. Yeah, that would have been the better thing to do. We could do a kill in this though, because as it stands, Arctozolts have no effect. But if we switched out, it wouldn't have killed. I think we would have done 90 damage. Yeah, we would have done 90 damage, which would have set us up nicely for the second round. But it is what it is. We all make mistakes. Let's just hopefully it doesn't come back to bite us in the backside. Yeah, so he's taking 40 damage there, but because of it he hasn't. He has poisoned us. That should be Zigzagoon out. See, this is where we did knock this out this round and would have been good next round. We might as well. I know it's a bit of a waste putting a horror energy on Cramorant because it doesn't have the effect of the special energy, but it's still used there for the beat catch. So we'll attack this. He is super effective against us. So he's going to put 4 damage counters on us. Okay, switching out, that's fair. That's fair. Not quite sure. Well, it's because he would have died next round. That's why he did that. Switch would have been nice. Here's what it is. It just gives him another. Oh, I could have retreated. Oh, we can. Too late now. Shame you can't go back. I should have retreated. Is what it is. We will take a Crushing Hammer and a Air Balloon. Yeah, we could have got the kill off then. It'd have been a waste of an energy. But it's not like we really need Cramorant anymore. We've got the 3 Arctozolts out, so he's not useless. We can still get the spit shot attack out, but we don't really need him as such yet. It's my own fault again. So you ended up taking 60 damage there. So there is a few decks which stop this from working. So obviously our main attack is the Rapidash. So anything like Altaria, Decidueye, stuff like that ruins it. Pikarom struggles against because it's quick at getting energies out. That's fine. I see he's not really going to use Crobat, so it's probably a mistake what we've done there. We can retreat and get that thing killed now. And we'll get a Marnie and a Crushing Hammer. Retreat. Yes. There we go. Crushing Hammer again. That's Tails, doesn't matter. Kill Weezing, which means Arctozolt is now in play. But their Zigzagoon's already got 2 energy cards on, so not doing the damage which we need. Luckily though, it's very low HP, so we can one-shot that if it comes out and he doesn't evolve it. But it is looking like another win so far, unless they can evolve here. Okay, so they've got the Crobat V Max, which we can do 200 damage to. He's looking for a switch, that's what he's looking for. Or a Crushing Hammer, that's fine. That's fine, because I've got another Horror Energy anyway. Here's what it is. See, realistically, I'd like to have done the 200 damage before then, because now he'd be on 40 HP. I am actually looking at building a Crobat VMAX deck. I am just waiting for a few Toxicroaks, and then we'll do a video on that. Ordinary Rod. So, ideally, we want the Crushing Hammer here to flip heads. We can get another energy off Crobat. He does need another 1 energy on. Here comes the coughing and wheezing. Okay, see, the Zigzagoon doesn't really scare me yet. I might stick another Horror Energy on. Okay, that didn't work. On Rapidash, just so the Zigzagoon attacks us again, it takes another 20 damage. We'll use the Marnie, hope for some more Crushing Hammers to potentially take away Crobats. See, he's got no special. He has a special energy on Zigzagoon. Doesn't really change anything. We're probably better off using a Crobat here. Okay, I didn't do anything as such. But we'll use this to take him down to 100 HP. He sticks another energy card on, he's then down to 40. We've got Koga's Trap, which could do 10 on my turn, 10 on their turn. It also confuses, so if they flip tails, they're dead. Which should be a good thing. See, right now, if he had no energy cards on Crobat, unless he's got a healing card, he's gone. But he doesn't. Well, sorry, which he's got 2 anyway. So he's going to hit us here, and he's super effective actually. He's going to hit us for 140, leaving us a 180. He's got another Crobat coming out. See, everything seems to be against us this game. They're super effective against us. this is where I could do... You know what, I might stick him in. There's a few cards I don't really use in this deck. So the Zigzagoon I don't really use, so I can take that out. We can throw a Poke Center Lady in to heal up, which would be nice in this situation here. Actually, he might die here. He's going to die because of the 2 horror energies. There you go. So it's a good job we stuck them 2 on. So we'd actually be in an even better situation now if I had the healing card, because it would take 60 away, the poison would go. I don't have a switch, but what I can do is retreat back to Cramorant, take the standard energy off. We can then, so you don't really need a Crushing Hammer yet. Koga's trap, that. You must only be able to retreat once, but that's fine. He kills us here, he goes down to 3. Why not? We'll stick some energy cards on this here. We'll start powering up Cramorant. That's all we can... Actually, we might as well get some switches out, which we don't have any. Oh, we do, it's there, past them. Where'd they gone? Do we have a... No more Crushing Hammers. So we'll take 2 switches, and they'll come in handy. So he's taking 10 from that. He needs 2 energy cards to attack, which should do 120 each, which means he'd be 130, which then we'd be able to kill next round and take the win. So again, it should be another win with this deck. Not quite sure what this person's deck is, what he's using. I think he was going for the Crobat V Max. It's not worked for him this... It might still work, he's got plenty of time. It's not game over yet, but... Not looking good. Because I can hit for 160 next. So unless he takes out Cramorant, it's game over, because I can finish it off with a Spit Shot, which does 160k. There's the Obstagoon. Doesn't really mean anything because he can switch out now anyway. Crobat can be on the bench and I can still kill it. So I've got the energy card what I need. I've got switches if he bosses orders me. He just needs to do 80 damage this round to kill me. Oh, he's give up. Okay. He didn't even let us do that. He stuck an energy card on and then died. Yes, so now you've seen 2 games, one with a perfect hand opening up, one with a not so good hand, but both have the same outcome, both end up with a win. Both times the decks work perfectly. So make sure you give it a try out and tell me what you think of it.